Do not tap Update. Not yet. Because what is being pushed to Android phones right now, disguised as a Google Play update, is not what it claims to be. And the reason this is so dangerous, the reason this specific attack is catching so many people, is because it looks exactly right. The icon looks right. The name looks right. The update prompt looks right. Everything about it has been engineered to look like the most trusted app on your entire device. And that trust is precisely the weapon being used against you. So before you do anything else right now, I need you to watch this entire video, because by the end of it, you're going to know exactly how to tell the real update from the fake one, exactly what data is being targeted, exactly what to do if you already installed it, and exactly how to make sure this never happens to you again. Stay with me. This is important. Let us talk about why Google Play specifically. Because out of every app on your Android phone, Google Play is the one you trust most automatically and question least. It is the foundation. It is the gatekeeper. It is the thing that is supposed to keep malicious apps off your device in the first place. So when something presents itself as a Google Play update, your brain does not go into the same cautious evaluation mode it might go into for an unfamiliar app. Your brain goes into automatic approval mode. Of course you update Google Play. Keeping your system apps updated is basic good practice. That instinct, that completely reasonable, well-informed instinct, is exactly what this attack exploits. The most dangerous social engineering is always built on top of correct behavior. It takes something you should do and wraps malicious intent around it so tightly that doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing look identical from the outside. Here is the mechanism. The fake Google Play update is not coming through your actual Google Play Store. It is arriving through a different channel entirely. Typically through a link in a message, through a website that triggers an automatic download, through a pop-up that appears on a sketchy site telling you your Google Play is out of date and needs to be updated immediately. The file it delivers is an APK, an Android application package, that installs outside of the Play Store's verification process entirely. This is called sideloading. And it is exactly why Android has a setting that disables installation from unknown sources by default. That default exists specifically to protect against this. The problem is that these prompts are designed to walk you through disabling that protection as part of the installation process, framing it as a necessary step to get your important update installed. Which means the security feature that was supposed to stop this gets turned off by the person it was designed to protect. That is the elegance of the attack from the attacker's perspective. You do the work for them. Once installed, this fake update does not look like malware. It looks like Google Play. Same interface, same layout, same functionality on the surface. You can browse apps, you can install things. Everything appears normal. But underneath that familiar surface, the malicious version is doing several things simultaneously that the real Google Play would never do. It is logging your Google account credentials. It is reading your stored passwords if your device has autofill enabled. It is accessing your contact list. It is monitoring your installed banking apps. And in the most aggressive versions, it is capturing screenshots periodically and sending them along with everything else to a remote server. All of this happening silently, continuously, invisibly, while you go about your normal phone use completely unaware that anything is wrong. The data being targeted is not random. These attacks are specifically designed around financial gain. Your Google account credentials give access to Gmail, which is the recovery email for most people's banking accounts, which means access to your Google account is often a direct path to your bank account through password reset flows. Your banking app list tells the attackers which institutions to target specifically. Your contact list is valuable both for identity verification, bypass attempts, and for spreading the attack further. Your screenshots may capture banking interfaces, OTP codes, balance information, transaction history. Every piece of data collected feeds into a profile that can be used immediately for financial fraud or sold to other criminal operations. This is not opportunistic. It is systematic and it is organized. Now here is how you tell the real Google Play update from the fake one, and this is the most important practical information in this entire video, so pay close attention. The real Google Play app updates itself automatically in the background without requiring any action from you. You do not get a prompt asking you to tap a link to download an update. You do not get redirected to a website. You do not get asked to enable installation from unknown sources. If any of those things are happening, the update you're looking at is not from Google. Full stop. No exceptions. Google does not deliver Play Store updates through links and messages. Google does not deliver Play Store updates through website pop-ups. Google does not require you to manually download an APK to update the Play Store. If you are being asked to do any of those things, the correct response is to close whatever prompted it. Do not tap anything on that page or in that message, and go directly to your real Google Play Store app to verify whether an update is actually available. If it is, it will show up there and install from there with no action required from you beyond approving the update through the official interface. What do you do if you already installed something like this? First, do not panic, because panic leads to rushed decisions, and rushed decisions make things worse. Second, go immediately to your device, Settings, find Apps or Application Manager. Look for anything calling itself Google Play Services or Google Play Store that you do not remember being there before, or that has a slightly different icon or version number than what you would expect. The malicious version will often show up as a separate entry rather than replacing the real app. If you find a suspicious entry, do not just disable it. Go to Settings, find Security, look for Device Admin Apps, and check whether the suspicious app has been granted device administrator permissions. Malware frequently requests this to make itself harder to remove. Revoke those permissions first, then uninstall the app. Then immediately change your Google account password from a different device if possible. Enable two-factor authentication on your Google account if it is not already on. Contact your bank and let them know your device may have been compromised so they can flag your account for additional monitoring. These steps in this order give you the best chance of limiting the damage. Let us talk about the broader habit change this should prompt. The reason these attacks keep working at scale is that most people have a very general sense of caution about app security without the specific knowledge of how these attacks actually operate. They know they should not install things from suspicious sources, but they do not always know what a suspicious source looks like when it is disguised as something trustworthy. Knowing that Google Play updates itself without requiring manual downloads from links eliminates an entire category of attack vector for you permanently. Knowing that any prompt asking you to enable installation from unknown sources is a red flag regardless of what it claims to be, delivering eliminates another one. Knowing that official system app updates never arrive through third-party websites or messages eliminates another one. These are not complicated rules. They do not require technical expertise. They just require knowing them, which is exactly why sharing this kind of information matters. Check your phone right now. Go to Settings and find the Security section. Look at whether installation from unknown sources is currently enabled. If it is, and you did not deliberately enable it recently for a known legitimate purpose, disable it immediately and investigate what installed it. Go through your app list and look for anything that references Google Play Services, or Google services that you do not recognize or that has an unusual version number. If something looks wrong, go through the removal steps described earlier in this video. Better to investigate and find nothing than to leave something running that should not be there. The sophistication of these fake update campaigns has increased significantly. The visual quality of the fake interfaces, the convincing nature of the prompts, the patience of the attackers in waiting before triggering visible fraud, all of it has improved dramatically. The only reliable defense against increasingly sophisticated social engineering is knowing specifically how the legitimate processes work so that deviations from those processes are immediately visible. Google Play updates itself. It does not ask you to download anything from a link. That one piece of knowledge, held clearly and applied consistently, makes you immune to this entire category of attack. Keep it. Use it. Share it with everyone you know who uses an Android phone, because most of them do not know it yet. Subscribe for more content like this when it actually matters. Like the video so more people see it. And go check your security settings right now before you do anything else today. See you in the next one. There is something else worth understanding about why this particular attack has spread so quickly and why it continues to catch people who consider themselves reasonably tech-savvy. The fake update campaigns are not static. They evolve. The people running these operations monitor how security researchers and content creators describe their tactics, and they adjust. The visual design of the fake prompts gets updated to match the current real Google Play interface. The language used in the installation prompts gets refined based on what works most convincingly. The delivery methods shift when one channel gets flagged and blocked. This is not a one-time threat that gets patched and goes away. It is an ongoing operation run by people who are paying attention and adapting continuously, which means your defense cannot be a one-time action either. It has to be an ongoing habit of verification. Every time something asks you to update, install, or grant permissions, slow down for 2 seconds and ask whether this request is coming through the correct official channel. That 2-second pause is the entire defense. It costs nothing. It stops this category of attack completely. And unlike a technical security patch, it cannot be circumvented by the attackers because it lives in your decision-making rather than in your software. The installation from unknown sources setting deserves specific attention because it is the technical linchpin of the entire attack. Android has this setting disabled by default for exactly this reason. When it is off, your phone simply cannot install apps from outside the Play Store. The fake update cannot install. The attack fails at the first step. The only way this attack succeeds is if that setting gets turned on, either by you following instructions you should not have followed, or in some cases by a previously installed malicious app that had sufficient permissions to change system settings. Checking that setting right now and making sure it is off is the single most impactful technical step you can take immediately. Settings, security, install unknown apps or unknown sources depending on your Android version, everything in that list should be set to not allowed. If anything is set to allowed that you did not deliberately configure for a known legitimate purpose, change it and investigate what triggered it being on. Let me also address something that comes up whenever this topic is discussed, and that is the question of whether Google itself is doing enough to prevent these fake update campaigns from reaching people. The honest answer is complicated. Google has systems in place to detect and remove malicious apps from the Play Store, and those systems catch an enormous amount of malicious software before it ever reaches users. Play Protect, which runs on Android devices and scans installed apps continuously, flags a significant percentage of known malicious apps. But these defenses operate primarily within the official ecosystem. The fake update attack specifically bypasses the Play Store entirely, which means Play Protect's ability to catch it depends on whether the specific malicious APK has already been identified and added to its threat database. New variants, freshly generated APK files with slightly different signatures, can slip through the initial detection window. This is not a criticism of Google's security work. It is genuinely significant.